Okay, so there are times when it seems like your online life, especially maybe as a student, I know for me as a teacher, is a little unmanageable. And I'm going to show you something here about a way that I manage some of the things that I use, or some of the tools I use to manage some things. So, for instance, for this class, everybody has weblogs, right? And if we click here, we can get this like information about that information sheet that we were looking at before about students in the class and where their blogs are and all that sort of thing. So I could always go to this. I'm going to click this in the preview view. Um, we can always I can always go to this and see people's blogs by just clicking on these links, and that'll take me to the different blog entries and things like that. Okay, um, but that requires a whole lot of sort of back and forth, and I don't necessarily want to go to that much trouble. So what I use is something called a reader, and I use an online reader called Bloglines most of the time. And I'm going to show you how it works, and then I'm going to show you how you can use a similar thing in Google using the account that you already created. Um, this is Bloglines, and this is my sort of homepage for Bloglines. And over on the left-hand side, I have all of the different feeds from different blogs that I read on a regular basis. And there's quite a few. There's 104 here that I have listed. I don't read 104 on a regular basis. Some of those are class blogs like the ones for you folks, and there are other things that I read. So I you can see down here that what I see when I log in here is, under people there are some weblogs that I read on a regular basis, that shows me when somebody has posted something new. So Neil Gaiman has a new blog that new blog entry that he's put up, as does Billy Bragg and my friend Will Banks, in North Carolina. So I can read the things that are in here, that it lets me know uh, when I have something new to read. I have a whole folder here for blogs from English 333, and so this tells me how many there are that are unread. That there's two in Alyssa's right here or something. Um, and so if I click on it, what it does is you know, it takes me to the blog entry right here. It just puts it in this panel over here. So to get to everybody's blogs, they're all available right along here. I just click, and it will show me whatever's in there. So click here, and I see the new ones here. So it shows me I can read these things without having to go to everybody's weblog each time. So it's a more convenient thing. If I want to make comments or things like that, then I need to actually go to the entry. But I do that by just clicking on the title for that entry, and I'll it'll show up right here, and I can make a comment if I want to. Okay. So that's how I use Bloglines for that. But Bloglines is just what's called a feed reader or an RSS reader. Um, Now Google has something set up. I'm clicking over into Google now. Google has something set up so that you can do the same thing there under My Account. If you click on My Account, um, under the services, one of the services available is Reader. And again, if you don't have Reader that shows up here under My Services, then go under the Try Something New, click More, and you'll find Reader, and you can add it in that way. Um, so if I click over into Reader, um, there's something that it will show me the feeds that I have, and basically I have a whole lot of the same feeds here as as I did on the other one. But I'm gonna import some new feeds here. I have a file that has just the feeds from our class, the blogs that you folks created, um, and so I'm gonna go into my settings. Click on, there's all these things: preferences, subscriptions, tags, goodies, import and export. Um, and I have a file, and I'm going to put this is going to be on Blackboard, on the, whatever, Blackboard, WebCT, Vista. It'll be, you know, uh, in there for you to use if you want to. Um, and it is called 333-72. That's our class, feeds. And so I'm going to select that file, and I'm going to upload that. It tells me my subscriptions are being imported. And as I wait for that to come up, um, let's see, we see that I've got, now I have these that I'm gonna, now see the people's blogs here that I've got, and I can organize these now. I mean, this is all of my subscriptions, not just the new ones that I brought in. But so I could select the ones that are from our class, for instance, and change them into this folder. Okay. And so then when I'm reading, and I click on the 33808S folder, it'll show everybody's folder. For you, if you're not using Google Reader for anything else, it'll just have the stuff from our class. But it makes it an easier way to see what, it sort of brings everything to you instead of you having to go out to each of the other blogs separately.